Hey guys, you're watching Boondocking with Dennis. Good morning. We got a little bit of rain going on. Second night in a row, we got some big boomers and lots of lightning and pretty impressive amount of rain. 2 nights ago, I saw we got 1.25 inches in parts of Rockport. Last night, it's saying 1.5 inches. We needed the rain. We've been asking for it. Let's start this little ride off correctly. A cowboy left Montana to go to Texas on Friday. He came back 3 days later on Friday. How did he do it? Cowboy left Montana to go to Texas on Friday. Came back 3 days later on Friday. How did he do it? I'm gonna let you think about that one. I'm gonna go to the old downtown area and look for flooding. And since I was kind of trapped in the truck last night with the rain, I was looking up the possible side effects on the prescriptions I take, and I highly recommend you all do the same. Don't listen to anyone on YouTube. Do your own research. Write your questions down. Talk to your doctor. Talk to your pharmacist. The pharmacist, I worked in a pharmacy for a long time. Pharmacists know their stuff. A good pharmacist knows their stuff. I can't tell you how many times the pharmacist would call up a doctor when a patient brought in a prescription and say, hey, he can't take this because he's already taken this. This is an interaction with this. Fortunately, nowadays, they have computers that are supposed to catch those type of things, but I was always impressed with pharmacists. The one drug I do take is a drug to lower my cholesterol, and I've been reading a lot about those, and I'm going to have to make a decision if I want to stay on a cholesterol medicine. And also, I was researching, I have some acquaintances that are on Ozempic-like drugs. Holy crap, don't take that stuff. Don't take that stuff. That's the biggest list of side effects that I've ever seen in my life. So make your own decisions. It's your body. Do what you want with it. And if you got questions, go to your pharmacist, go to your doctor. I bet you there's water on Water Street today, kids. Let's go back to the riddle so you don't have to hang out for the whole 12-minute video. A cowboy left Montana to go to Texas on Friday. He was gone 3 days and came back on Friday. How is that possible? That is a super easy one because I remember that from 3rd grade. The cowboy's horse was named Friday. The cowboy's horse was named Friday. There you go. There you go. We're getting to the end of the dad joke calendar. I'm going to gain 3 inches by 5 by 5 inch space on my truck back pretty soon. Lots of water. We're at Laguna Reef. Coming up there on the right. I bet you, remember the flooded section that I drove through? Maybe a month or two ago? I bet you that's even worse today. We're going to be real careful when we come to that. You see that little white line on the side of the road there? That's what I use to judge the depth of the water if there's no water gauge. I never saw a water gauge until I was in the hill country in Texas. If you don't know, it's just a marker on the side of the road that usually shows flooding. You go there on a dry day, you would never think that during a rainstorm there could be 5 feet of water down there, but that's what the gauges show. And I've seen them everywhere since, but there's no water gauges in our part of Texas. It's all flat. That's a pretty good puddle we're going through right here, but I can see the white line, so I'm good with it. I figured out what was wrong with my phone. Bad cables. So I did get new cables this morning via Amazon, and I got those hooked up, and now I'm going to order another 3-pack of them because I got them and I really like them, and charging my tablet so I can run some playlists, and my phone seems to like it better, and my fan likes it better. I screwed up and ordered the wrong batteries for my DeWalt fan. I ordered the generic batteries, which I've always had good luck with, but I ordered the wrong ones, so I have to send those back. I got 2 of the wrong batteries, so fortunately I just saved the packaging and I can return them to Amazon. I've already ordered the correct ones, so but they won't come till Tuesday, and it's pretty hot in the back with when your fan dies especially. So we've reached that special part of the season where I need 2 or 3 batteries to get me through the night, and ice in my cooler. Alright, so I can see the white line until right here. And now I can't see the white line ahead of me. I'm going to back up. I am 90% sure I could drive through that without a problem. We've done it before, but I could always see the white line before, and I really don't feel like shoveling out buckets of water out of my truck right now. The outside is wet enough. We don't need to get the inside. I think I have to back up all the way to Laguna Reef. Here, this is our first reverse motion video, kids. Enjoy it. No cars coming, so that's good. That's good. We'll go over to the side streets and look for flooding. They've done made major improvements with the storm drains here, and it's nice that, remember just 2 years ago, downtown Rockport got flooded, and it was pretty bad. Let me give you a backup joke here. What pet makes the most noise? Don't say Chihuahua. What pet makes the most noise? That's an easy one. A trumpet. A trumpet. Oh, gosh, that one hurts. Oh. Were we still backing up? All right, we got time for a joke here. Nothing's coming. I'm looking at my mirrors and my backup camera. I'd be lost without my backup camera. What starts with a P, ends with a E, and has 1,000 letters? What starts with a P, ends with a E, and has 1,000 letters? That's an easy one. The post office. The post office. I bet you the post office has more than 1,000 letters. That's false advertising on the joke calendar. We're going to have to sue. I watched some good videos this morning. I started off with All Astrology. She took her astrology and tied it into world events, what's going on in America and the rest of the world. I really like when my friend G does that. All Astrology. And I watched another one from C. Dub's Journey. And I've always liked C. Dub's channel. She's a nomad, and she does poetry, shows you cool things. She doesn't put out a video that often, but when she does, I enjoy it. And she showed the demolition of a storage trailer. Just them dismantling it, taking it apart, and man, there's a lot of pieces. One time I was coming back from San Antonio on I-35, I-37, heading towards Corpus. And when we got to Mathis, there was all this debris on the highway for like 2 miles. And it was part of a trailer. The kind of trailer, not a trailer, an RV, the kind that almost looked like a bus, and it had just imploded. The debris was everywhere, and then at the end you could see big hunks of it, and that's where the ambulance was. And I remember reading someone had passed away when that happened. I was bringing an Indian woman who was going to San Antonio to take her citizenship test, and she passed it. I don't remember her name. It's been 8 years, but I would always pick up her and her husband, and they had a little baby, and gosh, that little baby's probably in 2nd or 3rd grade by now, right? Or more? That's a weird thought. Yeah, look at these drainage ditches, guys. But before we would come down here with rain like this, and the streets would be flooded, it would be a mess. So I'm sure the people that live here appreciate that you can now drive to your home. You don't need a boat to get to your front door. A lot of these houses are raised high, and I think the ones that are raised not as high, I think they're grandfathered into the building code. But in this area, yeah, I think it'd be a really good idea to build up. And if they have enclosed first floors, the code used to be you weren't allowed to have a bedroom on the first floor. You could have a TV room and an office, and people would enclose their garage and things like that. I haven't been in the construction business for 8 years, so I don't know anything about codes anymore and permits and all that. I do know after Hurricane Harvey, they required you to have a contractor's license through the county, and the company I worked for, their license number was 001. We were fortunate enough to be the first one approved. That was nice. Well, guys, looks like we're okay. No major flooding. It's going to rain to about noon today. Everything. We ain't got time to sing that song, Dennis. Thanks for riding along today. Thanks for watching.